There was a lot of like changes. Like I said, definitely when I was having like test problems, when I wasn't able to get certain scores on, say, like an ASVAB test, or get certain scores to get higher in the position at my work at the hospital that I work for. Those are big life-changing experiences that made a big difference by getting back on the diet. When I was away from the diet, like I said in the meeting in there in the conference, I didn't know if I was going to wake up the next day. And quite frankly, since I didn't have insurance and it was so freaking expensive, it's almost like some days when I didn't want to wake up, I was just like, whatever, you know, if I don't, then I don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of a rebellious attitude that ended up started coming out. Obviously it happens in teens period, but you kind of take it out on your diet, you know what I mean? It's being a teen and it's still being reckless. Teens are reckless, right? I mean, a lot of times they are. A lot of times different teens do certain things. Like sometimes they get reckless and they use drugs. Sometimes they get reckless and they have kids. My thing was I got reckless and I decided to see how far I could take my diet. How far I could take it to the point where like I would be driving and I would just nod out, or I would be driving and I'd just be like, where the heck am I? Where was I going? I don't remember, you know what I mean? So that was the point of recklessness that I took my teenage years to, and I used the PKU, I used my condition, I used not being able to get medicine, I used all that to become a reckless teenager. Just don't go off diet. Even though it might seem reckless, even though it might just seem like, you know, it's gonna be okay, you know, you ain't gonna die, you know, it's not gonna hurt that bad, it's not gonna have an effect on your brain, it will. It's not gonna have an effect on your attitude, it will have an effect on your attitude, it'll have an effect on your family, it'll have an effect on your friends. And if you're driving reckless and you're being crazy and you're not on diet, it could have a potential effect on your entire life. So, don't.